Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with the flip through for the Lazy Daisy journal. This is the journal that I made for my best friend's dear friend who is just in a hard place, and my friend thought that she would enjoy a journal and with her favorite things. So it has daisies, quilting kinds of stuff, as well as things related to tea and coffee. They kind of were mixed in the digitals that I found, so there are coffee and tea, I believe. So let's just get started here. So I would just want to show you the cover here. This is an image that I chose for her because of the daisies on the front, and I used lace. This is 2 pieces of lace that are just connected in the center here, and then the back is just pretty plain Jane. I love that fabric. The journal is made out of a heavy-duty chipboard, not a super heavy, not like a book board, but a heavier chipboard. Apologize for the ringing on my phone, or the beeping, but it's a 2.5-inch spine, and it's got 2 signatures. I do one inch per signature is kind of my rule of thumb, and then that leaves me a space to put something like this file folder insert that we did on camera. It was 2 videos for that project. So let's go ahead and open her up. Oh, let me just show you all the beads and beauty here. So this is the button trim that is on the folio, and then just some charms. A lot of these I picked for her. I just went looking until I found what really spoke to me. So there's a lot of yellow beads and green beads. And then this little charm I got for her because I just thought it would make her happy. It's just a little pot of flowers. And then we've got some more beads here. And then it's all attached with sari silk. I did use my crocodile and put my eyelets in, but the board was too thick for the depth of the eyelet that I had, so the metal did not go through to the other side. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. This is chipboard, so it's not going to break down. It's not going to be a problem. So it's got, for one thing, it's just slathered with Fabri-Tac underneath. This is what the fabric is glued onto this chipboard, so it's also got that layer of glue that I think is going to help it too. So that was the last thing I did in the journal, and I was like, oh man, are you kidding me? But I just had to kind of go with it. You know, we sometimes just have to do that. Things don't always work out the way that our imaginations think that they will. And then here's just a side view of it. Isn't that just gorgeous? Such scrumptiousness. I love it. I love it. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move the camera just a little bit closer. I apologize for the shadow. I cannot figure out the lighting in the studio. I don't know what's changed. I did move my computer back over there again so that it's closer to the light, but it's just not making a difference. My ring light doesn't really help, so I'm not sure what's going on. My shade is shut. I don't know. I'm figuring it out, so bear with me as I do so. So the beginning, I did use some, oops, sorry guys. This is a digital tea stain paper from Angela Kerr Designs. I put a lace pocket on it, and then this is a card from my Porch Prints. I believe this is the Lazy Daisy kit. I also used sunflowers and daisies from her shop as well. And then I just used a die cut to create this little card, just to have something a little bit interesting there. This is the hidden paper clip that we did on camera recently, and so the recipient, her name is Jackie, Sweet Jackie. She can stick something under there, so maybe she's got some pictures she'd like to store in here, or a letter from someone important to her, and she could actually just stick it up in there, or you know, a piece of paper that she journaled on, she could stick it in there. This is one of the dangles that we did, the button dangles that we did as a Crash Your Trash, so I did use that one in this journal. I like to make my tabs with my circle. I punched circles and use those. I glue them together on either side of well, this one I realized after, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Oh, that's right. I realized after I started this that I should have glued them, you know, back to back, one on the other side, which is what I usually do. I'm not sure where my mind was, other than it's been in another place for a couple of weeks now, a few weeks actually. I used my slot punch and just did a little slot there and then just ran that lace through it, and I sewed a button on. Thought that was something different. This is a journaling card that can be pulled out, written on the back, and then stuck back in there. This can also be written on. She can completely remove the paper clip, like so. I'm hoping that she might have a chance to watch the video. I might put my information in there just in case there's a chance that that could happen, that would help her to get kind of explore her journal, because I know it's going to be being mailed to her. It won't be delivered in person. So this is a cluster that I made some time ago. Love it. I just thought it went with the feel, kind of the gentle feminine feel, soft feel of the journal. And then we've got a journaling card here. This is the way those are supposed to be. So it just says beautiful. Just love it. She likes quilts, so I thought that was perfect. Not easy to find stuff that's quilts, actually, but... And then we've got a pocket here. This is a vintage music page from my stash. Got a couple of, we got a tag, again, that has journaling space on the back. This is also from Angela Kerr Designs. I will link it. I'm getting such a terrible shadow here. Let me fix this ring light. I don't know if that's better. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Let me turn off my overhead light. See how dark that is? I just don't understand what's going on here. Okay, maybe that'll work. Oh goodness. I love the Lord, for he heard my voice. He heard my cry for mercy. Because he turned his ear to me, I will call on him as long as I live. Psalm 116, 1 and 2. I did do several of these just to kind of have her have that to look at and be reminded. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Journaling space. And I like to have pages in my journal that just are pretty to look at. So like when you're writing here, you've got this beautiful image, and this is coffee or tea, I'm not sure. It doesn't really look like a teacup. It looks more like a coffee cup, but again, I kind of did the best that I could with what I could find. This is one of the page edge clusters that we did. I think I used all 4 of them in this journal. And so it just glues on one side, just kind of close to this edge. And you can just tuck stuff in. So this is a journaling card that can be journaled on the front and the back. Just going to stick that back in there. And then this is the quilted paper that I had mentioned. This is from My Porch Prints. I believe it's called Shabby Stitched Papers. And so it's got those great stitching. And then I printed the page on vellum as well. So we've got a vellum pocket so you can see through it. Another beautiful tag, just grateful for today. Just really soft, some really soft place to write. And then this one as well, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Indeed he does. No doubt in my mind about that. It's suddenly very tight. I'll fix that later. This is I did use some book pages and music pages, and I mentioned it in one of my last videos where I was doing an experiment using clear gesso or watercolor ground so that I could create a barrier, create a medium on the surface that would be able to handle the watercolor, because if I were just to apply water and watercolor to this paper, it would have just shredded the paper because it's so old. It did work with the gesso. It was my first time trying it in this way, so it wasn't great, and my video was just kind of really just out there. It was really just busy and too chatty and confusing, and so I didn't keep it. So I will be doing that again. So go where you breathe free. I love that. And I do need to put a little piece of washi tape. That's why that was in there. I need to put a little bit of washi tape that tore there because it's really old book page. We've got a little writing space here in this little book, like so. And then a journaling card as well. Super cute. I feel like I'm getting off camera here. There we go. So, and then this says, there will be no more death. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. I think that might be a typo. I might need to fix that. I think there's something missing. I was doing cutting and pasting in my Word document, so I might have messed that one up. I'm going to have to, I've got a bookmark, to check it out. So this is the accordion belly band that we did. So typically the way it's designed is that it's supposed to be glued onto the page. So on the top and the bottom, so that things could be slid in underneath. I felt like that was going to be too convoluted and too confusing and not helpful for her. So it does have the writing space. She can take it out on her table, write on it. It can be written on the front and the back. And then we've just got this cuteness here going on, and those can be written on the back as well. But then she can just clip them back in the journal. I felt like it was too much for this journal, because I was aiming to keep this really simple, and one of the requests was that it didn't have a lot of hidden stuff in it like I like to do. So, and then that's just a little pocket she could stick something in there. This is a page from the Grungy Daisies kit printed on vellum. I love printing on vellum. Another journal card. This is an old cluster that I made that I just thought fit in this journal. This is a piece of handmade paper. I did not make it. It's from Amazon, I believe, or Etsy. I'm not sure. You can get it. You can get it everywhere though. It's sort of like a, what do they call that? I'm not even going to try to guess what they call it. Anyway. Journaling space, again, a vellum page. I love the idea of journaling here and being able to look at this beautiful, sweet image here. So this can also be written on. I have tested it. Vellum can be written on, so she can give that a try. She might need to use a permanent marker, permanent pen, but she can kind of play around with that. In fact, maybe I'll stick an extra piece in just so that she can test it out and see if it's going to work. I would hate to have her ruin the page by trying something that doesn't work. This is one of the shabby stitched hearts that we did on camera with scraps. So I did use a couple of these in this journal. We've got some little journaling spots there. And I did again do my ruffles. So this is obviously the fabric from the front of the journal. And then I did the blue as well. And then you already have been seeing the lace. So this yellow lace is throughout. Another page from the Grungy Daisy kit, a couple of journaling cards. This is not a tuck, it's just a cluster that I put on here because I liked the message. Just says hope, and I wanted something on this page. It helps to weigh a page down like this, so you can see now it will lay flat rather than kind of trying to curl because it's made of a different substance. So another piece of vellum. This is another one of those watercolor dealios that I did that I'll be doing a video on in the future. Made a pocket out of that. And we've got an envelope here with a piece of paper to write on in here. Just another kind of secret place. She could put something else in there if she so chose. And then this could actually be written on, even though there's some faint print in the background. It could totally be journaled on. Another journaling spot and a ruffle. I had yellow thread. I put yellow thread in my machine and did all my stitching in yellow on in this journal. I had bought these two cards at an antique shop a long time ago, like several years ago, and I bumped into them when I was looking for some vintage stuff for the journal, and so I went and said, this has got to go in the journal. That quilt is absolutely adorable. So Jackie, I hope you like that. And another one of our page edge clusters, and then an envelope. This has a journaling card in. I'm not going to open it up. It's just the same as the other one. And then again, another beautiful page to look at. We've got a clipped in journal card, so it's attached with a paper clip here. It can be written on the back, and then this base can also be written on. And it says, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid. And then another dangle. Love this dangle. I think I finally mastered them. I figured them out. I'm no longer intimidated by the fiddliness of beads. So we've got another page here. This is the other half of the other side of that music page. I put a pocket on it with the stitched quilt looking thing there. And we've got a journal card and then another one of those interesting shaped ones. It's a small little journaling space and a little gem at the top. I didn't put anything in this pocket. She can put something in there if she'd liked. A couple more journaling cards. Every day is a gift. Restore. This is another one of our page edge clusters. And then here is, I'm not going to open this one up. You guys can check out the video. I did 2 videos on making this. It's made from it's kind of a trifold type of thing, made from a file folder. So you can totally check out those videos. I'll try to link them in the video description in case you want to hop on over there and take a look. But I'm not going to open it here. But it is that grungy daisy. Love it. Love how this looks like peeled paint. It's just absolutely stunning. Totally up my alley, my grungy alley. Again, this is that little pot of flowers I picked for her. I just love it. Love it. I don't buy anything that's not on sale though, so I will tell you that. I am very frugal when I shop. So a little booklet for her to journal in, and the little cluster that says hope. And then this is just a regular page from the kit. Can be journaled on. This can also be written on. This is that handmade paper. I did do some more sari silk stitching. This was a thicker bit of the sari silk. Sari silk, when it's sent to you, it's like it's got different degrees of sheerness. So this was a part of it that was a little bit thicker. So it worked really well in my machine this time. I thought it just adds a really interesting element. It can be written on as well. Another vellum page with some lace. This was not laying down very well. I'm not sure what her problem is, but maybe over time it will. I took vellum and covered this page front and back with vellum just because I like, can you hear that? That crinkly sound? I love it. So, and then another dangle here. And then I found these in my stash. I've had them forever, years and years. They're like a hair clip, like a bobby pin. And I thought, wow, perfect to just attach something kind of like a paper clip. So there's a couple of those in here as well. This is our second accordion belly band. She can do the same with that. It can be removed, written on, and then put back. And then more writing space, another beautiful image of tea or coffee. And then another piece of that sari silk, and then a couple journaling cards. This is that one punched from that die that I showed you earlier. And then underneath is a different image. So this is definitely coffee. But same idea, I hope. I mean, I have the same feelings if I'm drinking coffee or tea. It just kind of transports me into a more peaceful place. So I'm hoping that will suit her. So, and then this is another page just from that kit. Is just gorgeous. And then more writing space. And I forgot to turn my phone off, my sound. I so apologize, guys. More writing space. And this is another one of those watercolor book page things that I did. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And then it's got a variety of journal cards in here. Again, all can be written on the back. And even a circle clock one. I just love that. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, and then I just had an extra piece of the blue, so I just went ahead and put it on the bottom. Kind of was second guessing that after it was done, but what's done is done. More journaling space. This could actually be written on if she wrote in like a black marker or something. This could totally be written on, or she could use her own paper clip and clip something onto it. Totally up to her. Another dangle. These were again beads that I picked out for the project. And then this we did on camera. This was our it's like a it's a pocket. So it's got a pocket here at the bottom, a journaling card, a small tag, and then the big card is the base, and it can be, all of it can be written on the back. So super cool. Life is tough, but so are you. Bloom. Be still and know. This is for you, Jackie. Be still and know. Be still and know. I hope it brings you peace and a gentle reminder that you are not alone. You are not alone. Another one of those hair clips things, kind of like a bobby pin. I'm gonna have to fuss with that. I can't get that one back in there very well. Not gonna do it right now. And then another piece from the coffee or tea or whatever. That looks more like tea. A milky tea. Another journaling card. And then again, that can be written on, and the back can be written on. Another little dangle. I love this kind of see-through green bead. So beautiful. Another journaling spot. Can be written on the front and the back, as well as the base page. more journaling space, and then this is the last of the watercolor pockets that I did here, again with the, I think this one I ended up using the pages that I did with clear gesso. I think it worked out okay. I haven't played with my watercolors in a long time, so that might have been why the video just wasn't great, was because I haven't done it in a while, and so I was a little bit nervous. So I'm going to definitely try that again. We've got a journaling card with a yummy cup of hot liquid there. So fun. Another vintage book page, or music page rather, and then we've got a little angel here. Angels are so special. And then more vellum. Don't forget to smile. Love that. I'll be sure to link that kit too. This is a recent sentiment kit that I bought. Has some great, really unique sayings in it. And another one of those grungy daisy pages printed on vellum. Handmade paper. More journaling space, more lace, and then this is the other stitched heart that we did with some journaling cards in here. This is the one that clips in, so it's held on with this bead paper clip, and then it flips up, so this can be removed, written on the back, as well as the base can be written on. I love the versatility of that. And then the last pieces are some cards. These are cards that I get in our local antique shop. They're all really, really beautiful, and they're made into a card, but I just cut the picture out of the card, and it left with the back with this kind of a canvasy paper on the back, which I thought would be fun for writing. So I just picked a couple images that I thought she would like. So we've got the little girl sitting with her cat, and another little girl with her cat in the window. So that is it, and just a little tab there. So, and then again, the same pocket on the back. So that is it, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed the flip through. I hope it wasn't too long. As always, you can always speed me up. I've tested it, and I don't sound like a deranged chipmunk when you speed me up to 1.5 times the normal speed. So you can certainly do that if you're in a rush. I know flip throughs can be, I get frustrated if they're too long. Like if they're more than a half of an hour, you've lost me, because a lot of it is very repetitious, and so I try to keep mine very, very short. So we're 22 minutes, so I think we did okay. So again, thanks so much, guys, for coming by. Thanks for being here. Just thanks for being you and being here, and I will see you next time around. Take care. Bye-bye.